Welcome to my channel, Ana Lana. Today we are going to learn how to knit this beautiful top. It's very easy to make, so please stay with me through the whole video and don't forget to give me a like. YouTube has me as Ana for Lana, so when you see this little cat, just click it and there you will see all my videos. I'll be using approximately 250 grams of cotton yarn. It's a medium-sized yarn and the needles are 8mm ones. Although this yarn recommends a 6mm needle, I'll be using 8mm ones. So this is 80% cotton, 13% nylon, and I'm going to be using a total of 250 grams. So again, I'm going to use bigger needles, so the knitting is going to be looser. Okay, before we begin, I just want to summarize what we are going to be doing. We are going to be knitting two panels exactly the same, and it's going to be with two rows that we will be repeating all the way. We are going to fold the panels, and then we are going to be joining them on the sides and in the center. So the front and the back are going to be exact. So now we are going to start with a base of 40 points. So now that we have 40 points, we are going to start with our row number 1. So the first loop, we will slip it, pass it to the other side, and now we are going to purl all the points. So this shirt will be a repeat of 2 rows. So this is row number 1, all purl. Okay, so we just finished our first row, and now we are going to turn the work, and we are going to start with the row number 2. So the row number 2, the yarn, we are going to just put it at the front, and then we are going to slip the first loop, and now we are going to purl the 3 next stitches. 1, 2, and 3. So we have four loops on the needle, and now the next 32 we are going to be knitting them. So we have 4 left, and now we are just going to purl. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so this is the row number 2, and this is going to be the second one that we are going to be repeating. So now turn the work, and we are going to start with row 3. Row number 3 is going to be the repetition of row number 1. So we pass the yarn to the front, slip the first loop, and then we are going to purl all the way. Okay, so we are at the end of row number 3, and we were just doing all purls. So we are going just to turn the work, and we are going to start row number 4. So remember to put the yarn at the front, and then we are going to slip the stitch, and the next one we are going to purl 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now the next ones we are going to knit 32. Okay, so we just knitted 32, and now we are going to purl 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we will continue repeating these 2 rows until we complete 180 rows. So here I am already feeling that this is getting long, so I just want to measure it and see more or less how much it's going to be. So I want this to be about 22 inches, 56 centimeters. So I'm just going to continue. So I just continue knitting and now I'm measuring it again and about 43 inches, which is about 109 centimeters. So I think I'm going to stop here and then I'm going to count the row. Okay, so we are going to start closing this row and just pass the row in front. Then we are going to start purling, purl one, and then we pass the first one over the second loop and slip it out. Again, purl, and now pass the first one over the second one, and then we just slip it out. Again, purl, then and this is the way that we are going to continue doing it. So this is how it's going to be closing the edges. Okay, so this is my last one. So I pass the first one over the second one, and then I'm going just to pull the yarn because this string is going to help me to join the pieces. So now I'm going to use this edge, to count the rows. I'm going to follow the little rows here, and that's when I count 180. Okay, so we are going to start the panel number 2, and I'm going to use a new skein just because I want to avoid to just do a knot in the middle of the knitting. Okay, so just to start, I'm going to start rolling the yarn 40 times over my needle. That way, I can see that I'm not going to be short in yarn when I start doing my first row foundation. And then I'm going to start with 40 points. So row number 1, pass the first one, and then purl all the way. Turn the work, and we will start with row number 2. So pass the yarn at front, pass the first one, and then purl 1, 2, 3. So we have 4 points. And now we are going to knit 32. And then at the end, we have 4 left. We are going to purl 4. Okay, so I count 180 rows using the border, which is easier to recognize the stitches. And now I'm going to pass the yarn at front and I'm going to purl the first one. So I'm going to start closing. So purl and then pass the first loop over the second one. Purl, pass the first loop over the second one. And continue doing this until you finish closing the 40 points. So now we have the 2 panels ready and we are going to use this border to make sure that the joint is going to be symmetric. Okay, so we are going to fold the pieces like I showed you at the beginning. And we are going to start with the side, with the lateral. I'm going to make sure that I have enough room for my arm. So here it is the part. And what I'm planning to do is just to measure my upper arm to calculate the size of the armhole. So here it is. I am about 31 centimeters, which is about 12 inches, just to leave it loose. And let me just fold the meter in the middle. Here I am. I'm folding it and then I'm going to put it on top of the shirt, and then it's going to be around 15 centimeters, and I'm going to put the marker here. So here is going to be my armhole. I'm going to start closing it from the waist going up. So again, this is the way that I'm going to be closing it. Okay, so I am getting here to the marker and I'm going to let the string be loose just in case I need to adjust the armhole. So I'm not going to tie it yet. So now we are going to fold this because we are going to be continuing with the middle part. We are going to put to join the sides together and now the front and the back. So this is the side which is done. And now we are going to be doing the front part and then the back part. So it's going to say to be the same theory, just going row by row, just to make sure that it's going to be symmetric. And then we are going to stop about 17 centimeters before the end of the neck. So that is going to be how deep the collar will be. And again, I'm going just to leave it loose for a moment because I may readjust it. So I just want to make sure when I try it on. So again, the back and the front are going to be identical. So we are going to be doing exactly the same thing. I'm going to be using the tapestry needle and then start sewing the parts together. So in this picture, I'm going to show you the measurements in centimeters and inches. So we have 56 centimeters long, 56 centimeters wide. The depth of the collar is 17 centimeters and 15 centimeters for the armhole. So this is a very nice shirt. You can use it inside out. It looks very nice either way. Okay, so I just want you to pay special attention to the way that we start each row because that helps us to make this beautiful border. You see, we don't need to end to fix it with crochet. It's very nice, well done. The bottom part, I didn't do any border, so I guess that will be something for the next video. Well, my friends, I really hope you enjoy this short tutorial, so please remember to give me a like and subscribe if you haven't done so. And I really hope to see you next time in my channel, Ana Lana. Thank you.